Welcome back, everybody, to Brown Bag Bet, powered by BetSperts. We are your daily dose of quick hit handicapping and sports betting picks. I'm Alex Christensen, and joining me, as always, looking excited and inadvertently dressed for Christmas, Mr. Andy Molitor in red and green. How you doing?
And this is just I wore this sweatshirt like I treat sweatshirts. Clothes have different levels of dirtiness. Socks and underwear, they're dirty if you wear them.
One and done.
Jeans last a while.
Couple
Sweatshirts,
weeks.
sweatshirts are right there with jeans.
Well, you
If you're
got
not
layers
working,
protecting you. It
yeah, if you're
depends what
not working
happens.
out, yeah, if you're not working out in them, if it's not hot, if it's like decent weather and you don't spill any food on them, they're up there with jeans. So I'm gonna wear
If you're
this.
cushy indoor people like us.
I should see how long I can wear this without washing it. Very comfortable, yes. And we did discuss a little daylight savings time. Very confusing stuff for most of us. And then I have some coworkers who work in India, and they are 11 and a half hours ahead of me. So yeah, I mean, Alex was talking about dealing with people on the West Coast, 3 hours difference from him. This is the worst. I can never remember if I should take the time and then so it's like 11 and a half. So it's if it's 10:30 now, it's 10 there, but then I'll sometimes think 11. And then we did daylight saving, real at the
Daylight
worst.
savings
Yeah,
time.
having a half hour in your time zone, that's just cruel, honestly. How are they going to know what time to tune into True TV
How does
tomorrow?
that work?
Yeah. I don't know. It's literally like it Noops, it's just what is it? It's 11:30 your
I
time?
guess you add 30 minutes or take away 30 minutes or
Yeah, it's 10 a.m. right now for most. I think India is one time zone, but we spun out of control right away. But
anyway, what are we doing?
we're doing some sports. It is a
Sports. That's right,
beautiful
sports.
Wednesday here in the neighborhood, as Alex says. Brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. We got a winner in college basketball yesterday. It was a 9 point underdog who was instantly down by 10. I believe it was 16-6. Immediately, I had to go do a show. I go check back after the show. They're up by 7. My team was up by 7, the underdog. I have to do some other stuff. I go check back, and it's fucking overtime. And that's not what I need in my life with an underdog. Luckily, they did lose, but luckily it was a small loss. They stayed inside the number. So congrats to Andy finally getting a college basketball bet right. I have a couple more today. I put one in the BetSperts app yesterday. I'll talk through a little more today, but we'll fire up with some NBA action as it's a weird week, but we have action tonight. We'll leave weird week for tomorrow.
I mean, it really is just a build up. I mean, one more sleep to one of my favorite days of the year. I did tell my wife I was just going to be on the couch watching college basketball for the next 2 days. And she went, okay, I think she's going to go hang out with her friends and do something. So it should be pretty good. And in the NBA, we had a small slate last night, only 4 games, and we have 12 games last night. Now, Andy, in a 4 game slate, I made 3 bets. How many bets do you think I made today with a 12 game slate?
At least 9.
Two.
Yeah, we'll
Sorry to
get there.
disappoint. It is odd. I wonder if again, it's hard to figure some of that stuff out. And I'm actually going to try next year maybe to go back and look and see how I do on particular days when there's more or less games and stuff because it's interesting to me what sticks out and what doesn't. But huge slate of NBA games tonight. Again, get as many as they can before the first night of March Madness. Tomorrow there's literally only one NBA game, so get your pro basketball in now while you can. A handful of bets that I almost made: Hawks Hornets over 241. That's going to be a track meet. I think that I have that closer to 245. So thought maybe about the over there, but a little closer to my number than I liked. Nuggets minus 6.5, kind of a tough travel spot for them, but you can't back the Wizards. A bet I did make: my Philadelphia 76ers over 219 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers starting to get some of their players back, but still missing Jarrett Allen, which is good for an over here. It's less defense on the floor for the Cavaliers. Again, should be more points to the Sixers, and these totals continue to be a little bit low. I mean, Sixers overs with Harden have been pretty solid. Outside of one or two here, it just looks like the market struggled to adjust through, honestly, the increase in pace of what Harden allows Maxey to do. I think there's just a lot of little things that are unlocked there and kind of what helps out. So I have this one closer to 225. Was able to get a 218 early this morning. I like anything 20 or lower there. Again, over for the Sixers and the Cavaliers. Again, a bunch of other games. Your Timberwolves laying a bunch of points against the Lakers. Wouldn't hold it against somebody for laying the 9 or maybe taking a team total over, but everything was pretty close to my number. The other bit I did have, though, the Boston Celtics playing the Golden State Warriors, and what is basically the marquee game of the night, easily the marquee game of the late slate. Depends what you think of Mavericks Nets in the early slate, but I like the spot for the Celtics here. Was hoping to get a little better number. I have this closer to a pick on the Celtics are only getting 2 points, but also have this total just a little bit low. Seeing 219.5. I had it closer to 222, 223. Kind of put those two things together, and it looks like a nice spot for a Celtics team total over here. Again, I think there's a little value with them on the spread, a little value on the over. Look down into the kind of secondary market. I have the Celtics at around 111, 112 points. So anything 109 or lower looks like a good spot for a team total over there. So an over and a team total over.
I can cheer for points. I'm cheering for points in my bet.
It's an
So
easy sell.
yeah, that's an easy sell. It's a soft sell. You don't even have to convince me. No arm twisting. I'm just here for the hot dudes, Kyle says. Well, you came to the right place. Because I just trimmed my beard and I'm looking pretty svelte right now. I'm not. I'm coming out of winter hibernation. I need to go for a walk
No
today.
Vegas diet.
No, the Vegas diet never works. Like the Vegas diet, I don't go on it until you get to Vegas, and then you just don't eat for 4 days. And, no, I mean just I always forget to eat when I'm there because it's like, well, I'd rather play cards for 17 hours and then go to the club and then pass out and do it all over again. One time we didn't eat for 3 days while we were out there. Like, and then I went to the buffet and ate like half a plate because my stomach had shrunk and passed out for a long time. You just forget, like you forget what day it is.
I don't
Although
know.
I do love event like once a trip going out to a really nice place. There's some really nice places in Vegas that I very much cherish. Hoping to get up there soon.
We'd
Wish
be
I was
happy
there
to
this
pimp if
week.
they want to offer us some free meals.
Yeah, Golden Steer, call us. College hoops starts tomorrow. I mean, really, it does start tomorrow. They're playing games. Congrats to the Indiana Hoosiers and whichever of the small Texas teams won. It was not Texas A&M Corpus Christi, which means it was Texas. See, here's the confusing part. I bet Texas State versus North Texas. That was not the tournament game. The other tournament game with the two Texas teams was Texas A&M Corpus Christi and Texas Southern. So there's way too many Texas teams playing yesterday.
It's like
That state,
longs in tennis.
it's too big of a state. Honestly, shrink it. That would be my platform if I ran for president. Let's make Texas a little smaller.
Chop it up a little bit.
Savage Samurai says Bryant plus 3.5. I'm betting that game, and I don't hate that side, but I did take this over here. I just again I can't make this number. I can't make this number anywhere near this. I have this at damn near 160. This is the fastest paced team in the Northeast Conference versus one of the fastest paced teams in what do we got, the Horizon. And not only that, the best offense in the Horizon League. And again, the Horizon League stinks, but Wright State, good offense, bad defense. Bryant, good offense. Defense isn't bad, but it's not good. And they run the piss out of the ball. They make a lot of 3 pointers on both sides of the ball. This is going to be a fun track meet. And even if, yeah, and Peter Kiss might score 35. Like, if you have props, Peter Kiss props, I know Prize Picks might have some stuff. Brian over here at BetSperts has been doing some college basketball prop Prize Picks. Those have been a lot of fun to track. So Bryant over 154. I bet that yesterday. And then the new one today is the Merrimack Black Crows. No, I think they used to be something like that. Maybe I'm thinking of Long Island. The Black Crows are just a band. Don't care for their music either. They're the Warriors of North Andover, Maryland. I know they're worse. I have them ranked worse. They should be an underdog. I don't make them this big of an underdog in this game. So I do have Merrimack, again, a slow paced team with kind of a bad offense versus UMBC, who is a little faster. They're a faster paced team, but they have a bad defense. I think they can take advantage of this defense. Keep this with the number. I think this under I know, Dan, I can't get this Merrimack mascot right. I think this under might have some value as well because I have this as a little bit of a low scoring game, but I do think Merrimack can stay in this. So plus 6.5 for me. Just those two, and I again tomorrow I have the Jackrabbits over so far, but I will be looking to add to that and maybe some futures as I go through the day. Although it's going to be a lot of golf talk for Andy.
A little bit of slim pickings for us because I only have just the one tennis bet here, and I did see the question up earlier in the chat. Kudos to I forget your name, sorry, on having the Kudermetova outright. That's a really nice pickup. I think it was like 80 to 1, 8 to 1 to win the quarter. I think you should definitely hedge a little bit. Maybe split your profit on the quarter. She's playing Badosa there to win the quarter. I like Badosa quite a bit in that match, so maybe try to lock in some profit there. Maybe cover your stake, or in terms of the outright, grab a little Badosa outright. She's around 5 to 1 to win. Again, like her a lot in this match, and I think she'll be a comfortable favorite over Zachary or Rybakina there in the semifinals. So kudos to you, but I think it's a good time to lock in some profit. She's done a nice job, but I think things are going to get much tougher. So see if you can split your profit on the quarter bet, and then maybe grab a Badosa outright is a fun way to kind of hedge the Kudermetova outright there. But you're in a good spot, so let's try to lock in some money here. Again, I think there is a touch of value on Badosa, even at such a big price. But the one match that did stick out to me that I bet in a single game here, again, we're down to the quarterfinals, so just 4 matches, 2 today, 2 tomorrow. The one today, it'll be at 6 p.m. Eastern time. It looks like Simona Halep playing Petra Martic. Martic having a real resurgence here, playing some fantastic tennis on these courts. You go back and look, played a handful of times in the past. I have this total, closer to 21, probably 20 and a half is what I would hang here. They played some tough matches. Yes, it's been a while, but I think with Martic's level here, the way Halep kind of generally tails off a little bit towards the end of tournaments. Now, she's had days off here. This will actually be her first back-to-back day match. I'm curious to see what impact that has. But again, I have this closer to 20 and a half. So happy to grab 19 and a half at plus money. You might even play like half a unit on 20 at plus a nice number. I'll see what I can find there. Didn't see any of those earlier today, but like this total here, let's go over in the Halep Martic match.
Over. Somebody just alerted me in the chat that there's Champions League today. Again, just haven't had time to handicap the soccer. Although, man, if I feel like it again, it's the thing where I didn't bet it after I did well. Like if I can do good one day, then the next day maybe I should come up with picks and then we go the opposite because the next day is always horrible. But yeah, Juve and Villarreal, Juve. That's a tough one. That was a 1-1 draw to in the first leg, and now we are I believe, in Italy for this one. And then the second one is Chelsea, and we did work on the pronunciation of this team, Lille, Lille, Lily, Lille, Lille. Again, it's French, so I'm gonna go real soft with it. Somebody helped me in the chat last time. Chelsea up 2-0, Lille. Chelsea up 2-0 in aggregate there, and I really don't know what to make of that. It's a road game. That could be one where Chelsea's a much better squad, and man, do they just park the bus and sit on their happy? Like essentially, one goal for them makes it a really big undertaking for Lille to even get into it. So that's Chelsea is about -110 on the road on the three-way. I'm not looking to pay that low of a price for them to, get a win here in a spot where a draw suits them just as well. So probably no action there. Maybe an under, or maybe a second half under. If it's like 1-0 at half, I might look at that second half under 1.5. Just be like, they can just sit on this and let the French team Lille. Thank you, food snob, just kind of pound their heads against that Chelsea defense. I don't know. Those will be fun to watch, I guess, since college basketball doesn't start till a little later. But starting tomorrow in beautiful Palm Harbor, Florida, this will be the fourth straight week we play in
Ooh.
Florida. It'll be the last week we play in Florida for a while as we head to Austin, Texas next week for match play, where our friend Dwayne is not too far. He actually helps manage one of the courses down there. It's on campus though. It's the UT course, which is a nice one. This is the Austin Country Club, I believe. But this week, Valspar, Copperhead, Innisbrook. I'm gonna have more out. Obviously, go check out betspertsgolf.com. That is live. It is 100% free. There's a Discord that you can get in for free. That's a lot of fun right now. There's a YouTube channel that you're on that has some of the golf content up already. Those are available as podcasts. So, a lot of things to check out there if you get a chance, and I encourage you to. But for now, the start of my card has started with Sugar Shane Lowry, my favorite Irishman. We have joked a lot on the side just about um, the fact that he's Irish, not to disparage anyone from any certain country or ethnicity, but the tournament starts on St. Patrick's Day. So of course the jokes have flown around about him being is he gonna be sober on
Less than
Friday?
stable.
Which I don't know. What if, and again, I don't need this to happen. I'd like him to play well. I'm projecting him to play well. But man, if you had a really bad round on St. Patrick's Day and you're an Irishman and you're somewhere down in Florida, I'd just go get shit hammered on I'd go to the bar and I'd be a mess on Friday. So if he has a bad day Thursday, I might bet against him on Friday just because that's a fun way to frame a bet. But in this case, I will be looking at him at 33 to 1 was the best number I'm currently finding on him right now. I'm getting him in a top 10 and top 20 market as well as plus 275 for the top 10, plus 140 for the top 20. That's as far as I'm go. I'm not the kind that pays like I'm not going to pay minus 200 for a top 40. It's a high variance sport where one stupid thing like Paul Casey landing in someone else's ball mark or chipping mark is not helped out and in fact punished. So it's not a sport where you want to pay a lot of heavy juice because high variance, high deviance. Don't screw around with that. But Shane Lowry is playing as well as anybody in the field right now. His short game is coming along nicely. His approach game is top five right now. He's killing it in all aspects of golf, and honestly, should have a win this season already under his belt. Did I just leave? I wasn't even looking at the right channel. I'm gonna hit a drink. Oh, I don't know. Maybe there's like an Irish Italian thing there in Philadelphia where he's just mad at me. But I don't know. Maybe he'll be back. Either way, we're almost done anyway. I can roll solo. I'm not scared. So Shane Lowry, 33 to 1, top 10, top 20 as well. I'll have more stuff out when I finish my golf picks for today. I will post it on the Twitter. John Daigle will have our best bets picks for the week from everybody at BetSperts Golf. And Noops, I can see him in the main room. He's there. He's wearing his red 4 shirt still. So I will. I'll fire off some more golf later. I'll have some live stuff. I really, really hope I don't jinx it by doing this. But I said last week, hey, I'm going to bet a lot of stuff for round two. I'm going to bet a lot of stuff for round 3 and 4. I'm going to do pre-round stuff. Like none of those markets barely existed because of the stupid wacky weather and everything screwed it up. So I really didn't have a chance. It really was a pain in the ass for me. So I didn't. So hopefully this week we don't have a pain in the ass weather and we can just play along nicely. All the rain in Palm Harbor was yesterday and today. So I mean, Noops, you know what that means. It's gonna be a nice soft course Monday. There's gonna be some low scores tomorrow because the course did get
Low
rained on for
scores.
48 hours of heavy rain. And now the weather's supposed to be nice. Little wind on Friday afternoon. Otherwise, looking good. We should be good to go. And with that, this is our last show before the tournament. We'll be back tomorrow for tournament stuff. I do quickly want to
One more sleep.
mention one more sleep. I do want to mention our other sponsor, Prop Swap, where you can still get, a lot of these are deposit matches up to 100 or whatever. This one will 100% deposit match up to $500. Noops was able to take advantage of that. I don't care if the Bengals lost the Super Bowl. You had the best number by a damn sight for anybody who put a ticket in right before the Super Bowl started, and you're in a very good position to find a middle or arbitrage your way out of something like that. So there's going to be a ton of March Madness tickets on the site. There are already, as far as futures you can buy. There's going to be a bunch of stuff for the Masters. There already is stuff you can buy there. Essentially, if you're looking at $100 ticket on PropSwap, you deposit $50, they'll match $50. That ticket is now a $50 to win the same amount. So you've doubled your odds, at least the first time around. Use promo code BetSperts, and you will be in a good position right away as far as buying a ticket. And also, you can sell some tickets too.
Double your odds right away.
If you could buy a ticket let that team get to the second weekend and then get right back on there and get rid of it. So I don't think this team wins. This is somebody else's problem now. So take advantage of it. It's almost like an exchange. With that, we're done. Thanks a lot. Hit the thumbs up.
That's all we got.
Noops. Hopefully you're in a safe place here. I'm glad you're back.